ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Gary Smuts. Thank you. Do a little dance there, the music. I know. I'm gonna pull a hammy on that one. It's tough. Are you a big fan of the bagpipe music?
Well, you know, I was studying the bagpipes, and then I decided to be superintendent instead.
Oh, that's true. I can see where there's, you know,
They're closely related.
Yeah, and the roads diverged, and you picked the one less traveled.
I did.
And that has made all the difference. That's kind of poetic. So, yeah, Superintendent of the Year, I understand.
Yeah, well,
Gosh.
Gosh. You know how those things work, I presume?
I have no idea.
Let me explain how it works.
Yeah, please.
My staff, I didn't know whether I should praise my staff for writing the application or condemn them and punish them for lying on the application. But they wrote a nice application, and we have regions in California. Mm-hmm. We are in Region 14, and I was Superintendent of the Year based on their application, Region 14. And then each of the region winners are considered statewide, and ACSA, the Association of California School Administrators, from each of the regions, they picked an ultimate winner, and that was me. But let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. One of the things listed on my accomplishments are the number of Golden Bell Awards that the district has won. And this very show, the Unite show, was won a Golden Bell.
Yeah. True story. Goofing off and dropping the bell around and whatnot. It was total theatrics, trust us, and not the real bell. It was a stunt bell.
Well, that's good.
That's good. I know.
You wouldn't want to do that with the real bell.
No.
But I get credit for your accomplishments.
Well, I'm glad we could help.
But by the same token, if you, I guess, would go on a show and say something that was awful, I could be fired for that. So I guess it's just as good. Yes. I shouldn't have told you that.
No.
So on the one hand, I guess one suffers the slings and arrows of the Unite show.
Yes.
But on the other hand, I get to brag about your accomplishments and, in a sense, make them my own. The superintendent really doesn't. I don't teach anybody in the district. Right. I don't drive a bus. I'm not a secretary. The superintendent's important, but the work of the district's important. And because our district is very successful, great people work here, I get to take credit for all of their wonderful accomplishments. And it's an honor to be Superintendent of the Year.
Absolutely.
But the honor belongs to the whole district, folks like you, the Unite Show, and all the teachers that work so hard in the district, administrators that work long, long hours, Board of Education that's in sync, Teachers Union that has great partnership with the school district, all of us working together, and I'm happy to receive the award.
Well, it seems to me that, you know, and I know you are completely honest and appreciative of everything you've said, because, you know, it is, you know, the teachers and the support staff and transportation and custodial crew, all of those individuals make up the district from the employee standpoint, and then, of course, the students. But, you know, your job becomes managing all of these groups, and that is a huge thing. And I hope you do, you know, take, I know you take pride in it, but that you appreciate that's not even the word I'm looking for either, but that you accept the acknowledgement, because it is much deserved, and it is quite a huge task to try to juggle not 3 plates, but 33 plates. So,
or even play a bagpipe.
Or even play a bagpipe.
That's why he hired me.
Yeah.
Bagpipe skills. He goes,
well, it was trumpet or bagpipe. I wasn't sure which he played.
Once again, we're at that crossroads.
And I figured we already had one bagpipe player at the school, myself.
Yeah.
And so he chose the trumpet.
Well, you know what happens when you have dueling bagpipes on opposite hills. That's where whole...
Like 2 bags of dead cats being swung around.
Yes, it's not good. It's not a pretty scene.
No, not at all.
No.
I mentioned the partnership, the teachers' partnership.
Yes,
and I want to just comment on that. There's only one in the United States, and we're it in the ABC School District. We have a relationship with our teachers union that is it's outstanding. The goal of the American Federation of Teachers in the ABC District is student achievement.
Right.
The goal of all teachers is to create circumstances so students prosper academically.
Right.
We partner with teachers and the teachers union on that good work. There's no disagreement. We don't negotiate that. We bring our resources together in the same time, in the same place, to maximize our efforts as educational colleagues. We're all colleagues when it comes to that, to enhance student achievement in the district. It's the work of the union, it's the work of the school district. What we have done with our colleagues, the American Federation of Teachers, we've allowed ourselves to do work on that common ground. Mm-hmm. All too often we hear of what gets in the popular media is when management and labor don't agree, right, and they're yelling at each other over a variety of issues, right, and people think that those folks can't possibly work together. Right. We do work together. Right. It is the major work we do. I meet weekly with the president of the Teachers Union, Laura Rico. We spend a couple of hours together. Most of the time, we are brainstorming ways we can compound our resources so we can work on that big, good work that we're all trying to do, and that's student achievement. Laura and I don't negotiate. That's done someplace else. Right. There are always issues in an organization like ours that you're working through, but we put those in the places with the people that can best solve those. Right. We're in a position where we can use our resources to work on the things that are important. Laura has access to the National American Federation of Teachers. She's a national vice president. There's a lot of resources there, and our local union has resources. Why not work together on that? Ron Barnes and Laura Rico formed this partnership years ago, almost 10 years ago now.
And now you say this is the only such partnership of this in the whole country where...
There's nothing like it.
Where you have union, members and administration.
There are pockets where folks work together. Last year, the board actually voted on a charter, mm-hmm, where it expresses our beliefs, our behaviors, our guidelines, as it were, for how a partnership between management and labor can work in a school setting. The board voted on that. The president, the national president of the American Federation of Teachers, Randy Weingarten, mm-hmm, she attended that board meeting and acknowledged the good work that we are doing. The National American Federation of Teachers had I guess you could call it a competition. 126 school districts were asked to apply for innovation grants from the National Federation. Only 8 school districts in the United States got the grants, and our AFT locally was one of the 8 school districts to get that grant. And so we have a National Teachers Union fostering and sponsoring innovation in education, and we're one of the only school districts in the country to have that. And it was acknowledged that our partnership is a unique way of doing business. I'm ashamed to say it's unique.
Right. That is the big disappointment. It should be the
way we do business.
Right, because if you think about it, hopefully at each of those groups' core, like you said, we both have the same objective, mm-hmm, which is, mm-hmm, to service students and to do that. So why not work together?
It makes perfect sense.
Of course it does. What's unfortunate, and like as you had said, our situation is unique because I think in so many other districts, it's so much of this adversarial role, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, and maybe that's because of a history and all these, yeah, things that are even no longer in place or present with certain individuals, but that they're just so used to being at war with each other, they almost don't know how to get along anymore. And they've lost the sight of what the ultimate goal is. And so anytime one group brings up something, the other group is just automatically going to be suspicious.
I got to oppose it. I can't.
Exactly.
I can't believe that.
Right. And
people
that's too bad.
think they're supposed to play those kinds of disagreeable roles.
Yes.
Whatever you agree with, I have to disagree, right, with, and vice versa. Right. Well, that doesn't produce any energy.
No.
It's tremendous energy butting heads.
Oh, sure.
We have the same energy, but we pull it in the same direction. Right. Organizational energy, I believe, is neither created nor destroyed. I think it's one of Newton's laws about energy.
That's number 3.
Number 3.
I made that up. I don't know.
We have the same amount of energy, but we don't spend it fighting. We spend it cooperating. Right. And well, you work at a school. You're a history teacher.
I do.
Which is probably the most noble of all of the subjects in the profession of teaching as a history teacher.
But I teach English.
Oh.
I know. Now,
you teach English history?
I do teach the history of English. Oh. I believe some